Hey guys, Fazzy back here, and in today's video we are going to be continuing our look back on retro NHL games, today being NHL 06. So I ended up going out and buying a original Xbox for the channel. I've had it for about a year now, but obviously we've been continuing with the series and just been going slowly through it, game to game. Obviously NHL 25 kind of delayed some of those videos just because focusing on the new content from that game. But today we will be looking at the game with my man Vinny Lecavalier on the cover. One of my favorite players of all time, probably my second favorite to obviously Vasilevsky. But let's see what this game is all about. I haven't played this in years upon years upon years, if I even have. I honestly don't even really remember at this point. So where do we want to start? Maybe let's just go to rules and options, I think, for now. We always normally kind of start in the settings. Yeah, like there's the EA tracks. I do remember this being a very, very good jukebox here. Like you have Avengeful 7, you have Bullet for My Valentine, Fall Out Boy. There it is, Billy Talent, Red Flag. One of my favorite songs ever. You have like Pennywise there. Yeah, just very, very, very strong soundtrack. Way better than anything that we've ever got in years upon years. So going now, let's go take a look at, maybe let's go to roster management. I don't know what will be the easiest way to look at ratings and stuff. So you have Brizgalov there, 69 overall. Is that Dan Bylsma, the NHL coach? Yeah, it is Dan Bylsma on the Anaheim Ducks. Sergei Fedorov, J.S. Shiger. Chris Kunitz there down at a 70 before he obviously went to Pittsburgh, played with Crosby there for a while. Honestly, maybe edit lines is easier to show this off. You'll see the chemistry system they used to have there. Sergei Fedorov on the Anaheim Ducks. Unfortunately, I won't really be able to show defensively here. I don't know if I'm going to go through every team here or not. But yeah, it's just a different time. Jumbo Joe back on the Boston Bruins. Patrice Bergeron, a very young Bergeron, doesn't even have a pitcher at 20 years of age. Continuing on here, the Buffalo Sabres. Calgary there, Ginla at a 95 overall. Hurricanes there, still have Brendamore. Daze on the Hawks, but yeah, it's crazy looking at all these old rosters. Tonga at a 91, okay. But yeah, I could spend absolutely all day just going through stuff like this. So many young guys that obviously turned out to be stars in, you know, the current to maybe even just a couple years ago NHL. Like a Patrice Bergeron, perfect example there. Obviously just retired last year, still super young in this game. I could go through this forever here. I kind of want to just go and see what were my Tampa Bay Lightning looking like during this year. Let's see here. So almost at the Bolts. Fedotenko, my guy Vinny, Marty St. Louis to 95. Defensively, Kubina and Sador. Who's in the net? Sean Graham. Oof, those are some rough years. That was right after Javi Bulin left, I believe. So, quick look at some of the rosters, some of the players in game. Definitely a throwback. So, game modes, what do we have? So, we have Xbox Live, which will have been long shut down. Dynasty mode, it's our classic franchise. Exhibition season, I don't know what World Tournament it is, or Free for All. Elite Leagues there as well. So, let's just start out with a Dynasty mode here. Start out simple. So all the initial settings, nothing here really too crazy. I like how you use starting rosters. You can choose what you would like to use loading in a franchise mode. So, oh, you have created team in this. We might have to check that out later. And this is the year that they had all the pie charts with the profit, the team, the ambition. I remember that now. Okay, so let's go for the Leafs. Why not? They are very business oriented. They definitely want to make their money here. Let's see. Toronto, let's begin the Dynasty. Yeah, I don't really care about filling in my name here. And let's see what this is all about. So loading into Dynasty mode here with the Toronto Maple Leafs back on October 5th, 2005. So first off, what is team reports? Interesting, so it just shows off the team statuses, obviously goals for, goals against, your goaltending, just overall record. I see on the top there you have injuries, you have your team info. So pretty standard stuff there, nothing too crazy. What else do we have here? So GM options, free agents, let's see, who's in free agency here back in 2006, or 2005 technically. Sort by overall, Eric Lindros. 86 overall, John LeClair, Mark Messier. Wow, that is something. Anything for goalies? Chris Osgood, Curtis Joseph. So definitely a star-studded free agency. Let's see if we can sign Lindros here to the Leafs. 1 year, 5.1, there you go. Eric Lindros joins the Toronto Maple Leafs. And look at that, like that's so cool. The Toronto Gazette puts out a newspaper showing that Eric Lindros is joining the Toronto Maple Leafs. It's small details like that, it's really cool. What else do we have here? So going to upgrades. Oh, this is when they had that system. So you have like your legal, you can save 10% on contracts, your accounting, it helps your team's tax bracket. Man, so we need a system more like this back. Something like this would be awesome to see in current games. Then you just have your, obviously your head coaches and stuff like that. You have your marketing stuff, try to sell more merchandise. That's really, really cool. So scouting here, if I sort by just offense here or whatever, is there anyone that I recognize? I'm guessing probably not, just more of a made up draft class. Going to finances. Okay, so this is where you can set your season ticket prices, everything that we normally have in current days, except for they have the TV contract there. So that's where you're going to get a big chunk of your money. You have your fan giveaways, your player salaries, you can kind of set where you want that to be. It's crazy they had this back in 2006, insane. So we have our message central here. What am I looking at? So Mark Curry, I don't know who that is. Oh, that's the owner, I guess? Coaches. What is this? I'm trying to click on it, I can't do anything. I know one of these older games they had real life coaches. I saw that after they added them to NHL 25, so I wonder what year that was. What else do we have here? So edit lines, jersey number, strategy, nothing too crazy. There's your stat central and rules. That looks all pretty standard. Let's look at the lines here. So Sundin at a 98. Okay. McGillney at a 94. What's going on with some of these overalls? I think this was one of the things that I wasn't the biggest fan of. I'm sure there's obviously a reasoning behind it, but I remember, I think even just seeing clips of, you know, this game and all that stuff and how the overalls kind of, like Lindros, 91 there now. Why is he going up in rating? Not exactly sure. So we can dress Lindros. Let's go and scratch Reichel here. And then we should just be able to throw Lindros there as our fourth line center. So there we go, playing with Stajan and Ty Domi. What a fourth line. Okay, so anything else we want to look at here? Trading players maybe? I'm guessing this will be pretty standard too. You know, all these games are going to be pretty similar in that regard. So let's try and trade Ron Francis here at 42 years of age. Just go to Atlanta. Danny Heatley, 92 overall. What do you say? Trade rejected. Okay, so at least the AI is smart enough to reject stuff like that. Okay, so is there anything else we want to do here? Maybe let's just go to the calendar here and sim a little bit. Don't really plan on, you know, going all that far. Maybe a month or so? A couple of weeks? I don't know. Let's see. How is the sim speed that much faster than NHL 25? That's insane to me. Like, man, NHL 25 is in a rough spot, especially right now. Okay, continue on here. Just go like another week or so. Yeah, look at that. That month would have taken probably 3 minutes in NHL 25, but that's beside the point. So let's go and look at our player standings here. Oops, went to the wrong spot. Player stats. So who is leading the way? Jason Allison there with 6 points. Let's sort there. Oh, Jeff O'Neill. Shout out to the O-Dog. 10 points through 9 games. Sundin there. You have Lindros, who we signed. 3 points. Very, very, very cool. Yeah, it's definitely a throwback. I could totally see this being a ton of fun to play. Going to team reports. Now that we actually have some info here, some of that stuff will start filling out. So our Toronto Maple Leafs going 3-6, not a great start. Have a few injuries, Antropov, McCabe, Nolan. And there is our just team info there all filled out. But yeah, I don't know. I'm curious, can I go and see the coaches now? I really want to see if this was the year that we had real life coaches. Probably going to look it up after the video, but offhand I actually don't know. How do I check that again? The message center, coaches. Yeah, it says hit A. I'm hitting A. It's not doing anything. Okay. So what's going on for staff? Okay, so stuff like this is cool. It's a very nice quality of life thing. You get an email, just hot streaks around the league there. You have Dan Boyle. You also have the cold streaks of players around the league. Like, it's nothing that's necessary, but it just builds to the overall franchise mode experience. It's just cool. I don't know. So what else do we have in league here? Recent signings. Again, same thing. You just get an email of everyone who's signed around the league recently. It's pretty cool. Same with trades. Yeah, I can totally see this franchise mode being a ton of fun to play. And honestly, now that I have an original Xbox, maybe that's something that we can look at. Again, I don't want to promise anything. Who knows what's going to end up happening. How do I exit here? Oh, I can't go B. I actually have to go exit Dynasty. Used to just hitting B and going and auto-saving. Okay, so we went through our Dynasty mode. Still have to play a little bit of a game. You also have the World Tournament and the Free-For-All. So what's the Free-For-All? Oh, I wonder if this is something like a couch co-op. You have like the 4 different controllers. Maybe let's back out of this for now. Let's go to the World Tournament. I'm guessing that's just an international tournament here. Yeah, so number of teams. Looks like you could run a 4 nations face-off here if you really did want to. So yeah, you have Canada, Sweden, Russia, Germany, US, Finland, the Czechs, and the Slovaks. So let's go with Canada, obviously. Continue on our first game here against Germany. And honestly, let's just jump into a game here. Why it may as well. Need to jump into some gameplay here quickly anyway, just to see how everything feels. So let's jump into a game here. The Canadians against the Germans. Also interested just to kind of see what the presentation's going to be like in this game. I know some of those other games, like the mid-2010s presentation, obviously graphically might not be amazing, but amazing presentation. Let's see what we have here in 2006. So you still have the players skating out onto the ice here, at least for the German side of things. Canadian goalie, guessing that's Martin Brodeur. You have Marcel Gottsch there. So I like that it kind of shows you, highlights some players. I definitely don't know if it's maybe the top intro that we've seen looking at some of these older games, but it's still pretty cool for the most part. Okay, so we lose the first face-off. Gottsch comes in. I actually don't even know how to hit here. So Niedermeyer, come on. Skate up with it. Passes it off to Mario Lemieux. Come on, Lemieux. Stick handle, shoots, big save by Olaf Kolzig. So we have... That's kind of cool. It just shows you like players in between whistles as well. Okay, come on, Richards. Again, loses the face-off. Dennis Seidenberg, of all people, takes it. Up the board. Come on. How do I lay a hit here? I don't know how to do that offhand. Okay, so we're in the corner. Come on, get the puck back. Oh, it even shows the shot speed there on the top right-hand corner. I like that. Currently we have that just on the boards in NHL 25. St. Louis backhand, that is a block shot. I like how the gameplay feels though. It's nice, it's smooth, it's quick. I could definitely see this being pretty fun as well. Time is going pretty quick here. It's counting up, interesting. 5 minutes into the game. Take another shot here. Come on, in the slot. 77 miles an hour, and the rebound is stopped. And like always, I'm far from a gameplay expert. I am horrible at all these hockey games, but I could absolutely see that be a ton of fun to play. Definitely might have to kind of jump into that a little bit off camera here, mess around with it, and see if I can get somewhat good at this game. I don't know. It's hard to say. So let's exit the tournament for here, or for now. That looks pretty cool. You can just have an international tournament for a game in this year. The only thing I think I want to check out here before ending the video is everything in the create a zone and create a team especially. So I didn't even know create a team was an option here. That's very cool. So Albany, just be the Albany A's. I don't know. I don't really care. It's just a kind of burner team here. So the A, nothing like this actually matters. I just kind of want to see some of the logos and see how this works. So continuing on here, we have our jerseys. You have the Atlanta Flames logo, which is cool. Rockies logo makes it in. Nordiques. No way. They have the 90s Jets logo. Please bring that back in current games. One of my favorite logos. Outside of that, what else do we have? Oh, okay, so here are some of the custom logos. And honestly, half of them I don't even know what they're supposed to be. So I know we all kind of give EA heck for not really knowing what currently their logos are supposed to be, but definitely a step up from back in 2006. Obviously, you would expect that. let's just use the Thrashers jerseys as templates. And honestly, for roster, I really don't care. It doesn't really matter. Just steal all of the Ducks players for now and see if there's anything else here to the creation zone. So if you've completed your team, okay, so it looks like that is more or less it. So we have the diamond logo, we have our jersey set, we have our roster. Obviously nothing with create an arena back in this day, I guess. But I think that's going to do it for today's video looking at NHL 06. Haven't looked at this in like I said, so long, if ever. And honestly, I kind of want to keep messing around with this once I end the video here today, so I might continue to play this and see what else this game has to offer. But I can definitely see this being a lot of fun. But I think that is going to do it for today's quick video looking at NHL 06. Not sure what game exactly will be next. I still have to actually purchase NHL 05. I'm still missing some of the games, but I do have a few of the other older games. I know I have a couple of 2K games as well, so we'll see what is next in this series, but should be coming out somewhat soon. But that'll do it for today. I'll see you all in the next video.